Why is Chris Wheeler not incarcerated? And the State of the Union of the Cleveland Cavaliers at the All-Star break. Let's have a conversation. It's TMDE Sports. What up, YouTube? What up, Facebook? And all the social media networks. It's TMDE Sports, where we talk about everything that's going on in the sports world. And our beloved Cleveland Browns. You can catch us on UITA Radio and 4Aces Network, S Jenner on the Live 365 app. Let's introduce the cast. Our boy Aaron Sims is in the building. Aaron, let him know what's good, baby.
What's up? What's up? Let's get it. Talk a little sports today.
And the beautiful and lovely Kristy Acute is in the building. Kristy, let him know what's good, baby.
I'm sad. I'm so sad.
About what?
There's no more NFL football.
Oh, yeah.
No more college football. Like, what am I gonna do every weekend? Monday nights?
USFL.
But
Just
Monday night?
XFL.
There's no Thursday night? Saturday? Sunday? I just and it's not summertime, so I can't enjoy my pool yet. I just
What's the weather right now? What's the weather down there?
it's gorgeous out. It's like 80 degrees.
Oh shit! What you waiting on?
What the hell? Man,
My pool's being dug at this moment. Like I gotta wait for the shell to be shot and then to put all the stuff in it and then add the water and everything.
You want somebody to feel sorry for you in 80-degree weather, and we got like, man.
I don't have football.
It's 70 degrees today though, so
I don't even want to hear what she got to say, bro. She wilding. Anyway, as you well know, in the sports world, if you're not familiar with the story of Chris Wheeler, now Chris Wheeler was a linebacker, a player for the Seattle Seahawks, who brutally, basically beat his girlfriend. And if you go online, you can see her face. You can tell that she's been, it's just awful. And this week he pleaded not guilty to the charge of first-degree domestic violence and assault and unlawful imprisonment to his girlfriend. I want to ask the cast, what do y'all think about this? Aaron, I know you feel real strongly about this. Kristy, I got you. Aaron, I want to ask you, my brother, how do you feel about this right now? Is there some type of discrepancy going on in professional sports world between whites and African Americans? And let me know what you feel, brother.
I think the way it's being covered is definitely a discrepancy. But even with his case, it's more been swept under the rug because, you really don't know a lot of the details and things like that of really what went down. I did see the pictures of the young lady. And if he did that, it's going to be hard to be not guilty. It just might be a formality. I know that a lot of players deal with a lot of things after having, multiple concussions and things like that. And it's hard to build a person up to be a beast and be a monster and then turn it off.
Correct.
I'm more like the discrepancy is just, it's real clear. You look at Jalen Hurts. He threw for over 300 yards, got 3 touchdowns, broke the record for rushing yards, outplayed the other quarterback, but lost. And I hear people blaming him, this young 26-year-old man blaming him like he lost the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And then you got Patrick Mahomes. He may be the best quarterback ever to play in the NFL. I think he's gonna catch Brady. You know what I mean? But then you got, he's young. What's gonna stop him? What's gonna stop him? People saying Joe Burrow's better than Patrick Mahomes. Have you ever seen anybody throw like Patrick Mahomes? I mean, Joe Burrow might be the next Tom Brady, but Patrick Mahomes is the first Patrick Mahomes.
Correct.
You feel me? And they had similar things. Their tight end was the number 1 receiver. Brady had Gronk. He got Kelsey. I just think what the young man is doing is phenomenal. And after coming back the second half, after what looked like his higher upper ankle sprain got twisted up. I've had high ankle sprains, and it feel like your leg is broke.
No doubt.
So, for him to come back and play that good game, they should be singing his praises the way they were singing Brady's praises. You know what I'm saying? And forget the fact that Brady done won with field goals and Seattle decided to throw the ball with beast mode in the backfield. See what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's about it. It's a little double standard. I think we know that.
No doubt. Kristy, how do you feel about it, baby?
Well, and I think Aaron got a little sidetracked on the actual subject, because when we started this, we were talking about how this awful person locked his girlfriend that supposedly he loved and cared for in a bathroom and beat her senseless and kept her locked in there and refused to come out even when the police broke down the apartment door, when she was actually able to get a call out to say that she thought she was being killed. This all comes down to, I think, the concussions, the CTE. We've, seen it before with plenty of other players. I'm not saying they're going to use it as an excuse, but there's been so many other football players. There was another one that took the mother of his child and threw her across the living room into a television. We saw that happen. Where did that story go? I think they're trying to bury the stories of the football players abusing their supposed loved ones, because they don't want the concussions and the CTE to be a black mark on the sport. But it's not just football. It's boxing. We're seeing that happen more often, unfortunately. I mean, I can remember, he was married to the porn star Jenna Jameson. What was his name?
Oh, Jenna Jameson. I don't remember that. I don't
boxer guy. But a lot of boxers, they're having problems, where they're beating their supposed loved ones because they're not thinking straight. My nephew had so many concussions, and he was only a high schooler. He was like a junior in high school, and he had like 5 concussions. And luckily, he loved himself more than he loved the sport of football, and he took himself out of football. Now he put himself in wrestling, and now he's in the Navy. But, hopefully he saved his brain from being scrambled even more than it already was. But it's a huge problem, I think, in a lot of sports where you can have a lot of head injuries.
Yeah. So you think it's like it should be maybe a leniency for some of these athletes when they commit these atrocities, or that's what that, and see, that's the double standard. If
that's
you
it's not an excuse.
Yeah, but but still, you got these guys who are in these sports. And they getting their brains, like you said, they're getting their brains bashed in, they rattling around in their head, they're getting concussions and CTE, and they're not acting in a normal sense how they normally would. You know what I'm saying? But they make these sacrifices for our entertainment. So I'm saying it, like I said, legally, should there be some type of leniency because these athletes were in?
I think we need more mental health for them is what we need.
Yeah. And my question is it abnormal activity? I mean, they grow up beating up people in the boxing ring. They grow up tackling people hard as they can, getting big as fast as strong as they can. And then I don't think they know how to turn it off.
Okay.
It's hard to be a beast here and then go home and be all pleasant and everything.
And that's why I think they need to have more counseling. They need to have somebody, that the players can talk to, and not make it so like on a professional, lay down on this couch and tell me, all your feelings. But like these guys need to have an outlet for their anger. They need to have an outlet for when they're sad and when they're upset. They have a lot of weight on their shoulders. They have all of us fans depending on them every single week to win a game. And when they don't, that affects a lot of them. So,
but Kristy, I get what you're saying, but I just want, and I don't want to mean to sound cruel, but in a way, that's why they get paid the big dollars. They don't do the, because we could say I'm a veteran. I see hundreds of veterans come through on a weekly basis. Vietnam vets, Afghanistan vets like myself from the Iraqi war. And we all have mental health issues. I suffer from depression and PTSD at times, you know what I'm saying? And I don't make that type of money, you know what I'm saying? But I know I can't go upstairs and beat the shit out of my wife. You know what I'm saying? I got to come and seek help. So all I can say is maybe some in professional sports, they should have more programs and address these issues maybe on a more weekly basis bring these guys in instead of just practicing so hard at 2-a-days. Hey, I need to come in. I'm going to have a council meeting with you. I can see that, so that way we can pinpoint early warning signs and symptoms to say like, hey, this guy's having some problems. We need to pull him aside. I can see that, but I don't. As far as the court of law, I don't think they're going to go any easier on these guys because.
No, I think it needs to be up to the sports themselves to be able to implement, having these resources available to, the people that are making them so much money. I mean, look at the cage fighters. They make so much money, and, Dana White's got money coming out as what. So he should be able to afford to get these guys, the proper mental health that they need. I mean,
yeah, but unfortunately we don't. Yeah, go ahead, Aaron. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying it's just like a pit bull. If you train him to fight, he gonna bite somebody.
Yeah.
If you train him to be nice and you train him to, do different things, he ain't gonna bite nobody. So,
exactly.
It's just the way you bring up these kids. And I know, as being a youth football coach, a lot of kids, we work hard to bring out their aggression because that's the nature of the sports. I know when I used to box when I was younger, a lot of kids that boxed when we went to school, we fought people. You know what I mean? It's just stuff that goes along.
Comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory, what you do. But the thing is, you asked me, was it a double standard? And we look at Ray Rice. He never played another down in the league again, and he married her. They got married afterwards. So it's a sad thing. NFL got a lot of things to address. I think they're doing the best they can at this point. So it's just gonna get better.
They need me as their positivity coach.
No doubt. And you would enlighten a whole lot of people.
You know what?
Cheer their days up.
Yeah, then you know what? And if somebody assaults you, me and Marcus gonna have to kill him.
You think somebody's gonna assault me when I'm trying to make them be happier?
I don't know, because I can see you walking around, and I know there's some savages.
Yeah, they talking shit. Oh, that's that pump bitch, Kristy. I'ma get her. She says
he's always happy.
I'm like, wait a minute, motherfucker. And now we got a problem. It is what it is.
My brother's gonna take care of their little sister.
We got you. We got you.
As soon as you go in that locker room, you getting flashed. As soon as you go in the locker room, you getting flashed. It's gonna be an accident, but you're gonna get flashed.
No doubt. All right, y'all. We gotta move on to the next topic, man. So, as you well know, if you didn't watch the game, this is our little NBA segment. This is Cleveland, so we love to cover the Cavs, and the Cavs almost got their asses annihilated last night, but the Cavs fought back. So I want to ask y'all, what do y'all expect the Cavs to do now that we're going into the All-Star break, and your overall scope of what the NBA has turned into right now? Kristy, I'm gonna ask you first. I know you don't, on the Cavs like that, but what do you feel right now?
All right. Well, I'm super sad that Kevin Love asked to be released because it kind of broke my heart. He was the last player from the championship team. So I was hoping that he was going to be able to make another run at it. I'm actually getting teary-eyed. But
9 years. It seemed like the 9 years. Did that pass so fast? Was it 9? We won a title in 2016, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2016.
God damn.
So I wish him all the best of luck, but it just seems like our team is so young, and they have so much to work on, and I think they've got a lot of time to do it, which of course, we'll just sit around and wait.
It is what it is. All right, my brother Aaron.
Since Kristy took what I was going to talk about, that's all right, Kristy. Straight up, I think the Cavs is going to be a top 4 team. I like the fighting the young kids. I think Donovan Mitchell is a star. I think Garland is going to, start to play a little better. I see Evan Mosley coming on better. I wish we could have added a little better veteran than Danny Green, but Danny Green was drafted here. He's a very smart player. He played with San Antonio some good years. He knows how to pick his spots. Hit a couple threes. He's a good defender.
He got 3 rings.
Yeah, he's a good defender, man. And with Ricky Rubio coming back, the more healthy Rubio gets, the better our second team gets. I'm going to miss Kevin Love because, like Kristy said, it's a sentimental thing. He's the last part of the 2016 team. Kevin Love gave me an interview for C-Town Radio earlier this year. I thank you. He was a gentleman. You know, he's had his ups and downs, but, you know, he seek counseling. He's not out there hurting anybody, and I commend him for that. And Kevin Love, I hope you go to a team that, like Phoenix. I think Phoenix might win the championship. I hope you go there and get another ring. Thank you.
No doubt.
Aaron, can you share that clip on TMD? Do you have that somewhere that you can share?
Yeah, I got it on my zip drive. I'll give it to Mark.
Oh, cool.
No doubt. Oh,
I would love to post that and listen to it.
I as well thank Kevin Love. And I'm sorry, it was, I think, 7 years now. I don't know why somebody said 9. I just took it with it. But yeah, Kevin, I thank you and I appreciate you for coming out, you know, Minnesota, man, and coming back with LeBron and Kyrie and winning that title, man, and bringing the city of Cleveland a championship. And that's unforgettable. It's better than the goddamn what the Browns gonna do. But anyway,
hey, it'll happen.
It will. But I want to elaborate on something that Aaron was saying too. After watching that game last night and watching the Cavs, man, that first half, I don't know what the hell was going on. And a lot of people are calling for Bickerstaff's head. And I want to just see how that rides out. As far as Mobley missed some shots in the paint last night he should have made, but he's still coming, he's still developing, and I get that. My thing is this with with Mitchell. Mitchell, he's a monster, but he's got a little too much free autonomy to take these bad shots. Nobody says nothing when they go in, but when they don't, I'm like, why did he just take that shot? And I just want to see more ball movement, more team play. That's what they were doing so good in the beginning of last year before the playoff. Before the All-Star break, they were playing more team basketball, and you just can't be coming back like that. I mean, that was magnificent to come back. They still lost, but the way they started battling back, they was going on 9-0 runs, 13-0 runs, and I was like, yo, I think they could do this.
Okay, but let me ask you this, Marcus, because you said, and you answered your own question. You said, you know, when he's making these crazy shots, you know, nobody says anything. But when he takes them and he misses them, then, well, and of course, because you know, when he makes them,
that's the oxymoron. That's the oxymoron. But people don't know, why did you take that bad shot, that bad?
Because if he could have made it, it would have been awesome.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt, but you know, when you're on the floor and you're spacing the floor and you're looking for you're moving the ball around and you got this. Don't get me wrong, not every shot's gonna be a wide open look. That's just not gonna happen. But when 2-3 men in your face, I can understand if it's the last second, you gotta do it. But I'm like, dude, there's a wide open dude in the corner, and then Mitchell just like,
well, wow. If dude's in his face, he can't see the guy wide open in the corner.
Sometimes he hit him. I'm like, oh shit. And then when he missed him, I'm like, well, there was that dude open in the corner. That's all I'm saying. But that's what they be talking about, you know.
But you know, that's why we got Spider Mitchell. You know, for real. And if you really think about the Cavs team, I mean, Jared Allen's not a post-up player. He's a get the rebound, put it back up type player, good rim defender. You don't have to design any plays for Evan Mosley. Evan Mosley gets his plays with the flow of the game. No doubt. Garland is trying to find his spot, you know, with Mitchell on the floor. But you know what? This team needs somebody who's going to take the shot. They need somebody who's going to do that because they're all young. Last year, remember, I was telling you they was going to have a fall off in the second half because everybody was deferring to everybody trying to figure out who's going to be the man. Now we got somebody who's going to be the man. And, you know, I'm just looking at the second union with Ricky Rubio and the guys and, you know, Danny Green and them. I think that they're going to help us. I really think that we're going to go, you know, we'll at least get to the second round of the playoff this year. And I think we'll be top 4 in the East.
Okay, yeah, no doubt. We
I want to know, and it's the name is escaping me right now, but the Cavs just brought him in as some type of assistant coach. He has super curly hair.
Anderson Varejao.
Yes, Varejao. That's it. Yeah, Varejao. A flopper from UF. Have we had a lot of flopping lately? Is he teaching that?
Well, no, because now they call it flopping. They used to didn't call it back in the day. Now my God, they call flopping.
Basketball.
I think that's where LeBron learned his most. Varejao, he learned most of his acting from him.
Yeah. Varejao was the king of it at UF. Trust me, I used to watch him.
He's shacking the fool.
He's shacking
all right, y'all. We at the end of the show. We up against it. Y'all got anything else y'all want to cover? Go over before we call it a day.
I miss football.
You got the XFL now.
Uh,
The Rock is promoting, you know, and if you know, if you're a fan of as you well know, the ASFL is still coming up. It's a lot of competition right now. The USFL, the ASFL, the XFL,
in the minor league pro football starts this year. The Arena Football minor league, Canton has a team. That's minor league pro football.
We used to have an arena football team, so I hope we have one again.
Yeah. So it's gonna get exciting, man. We just got to stay tuned, man, and keep doing what we do.
You know what we haven't said?
What's that?
Freaking Joe Thomas.
Oh yeah, congratulations, Joe Thomas.
Yes.
Hall of Fame.
We're gonna be there again. Hall of Fame weekend.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to talk to Joe, man, and ask Joe how he feel. And this is a prestigious moment. He's the 18th Brown to be into the Hall of Fame. It's a wonderful moment for Cleveland sports. I just feel so bad that he had to play on all the losing teams.
Yeah.
And he never got no hardware. That really hurts, but that's a dedicated guy.
Gold jacket, so
he got all the
he got the gold jacket.
Yeah.
Oh,
let me give a shout out to my daughter Ariana. You know, getting married to Jeremiah. Ariana Sims getting married to Jeremiah. Congratulations. You know, she'll be a great weekend.
What he looks like.
No, I don't know, but shout out to Ariana, man. That's a wonderful Aaron.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And one more thing too, make sure y'all get on there on Facebook and root for Kristy, for Zoe to get that goddamn tattoo, and so she can do that stuff, man. And we got to post that links up.
Yeah, I think her last day of voting is like now. So hurry up and edit this and get it out, Marcus.
All right, no doubt. All right, y'all. Like I say every week, go Browns, bitches. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Night.